Hello YouTubers, Dylan Olson here with a new drawing video. In this tutorial, we are going to be drawing one of the villains from Darkwing Duck, Quackerjack. So we start off with what's kind of a oval shape. This is going to be the basic shape of his head. This front area, that's going to be his bill. Because if you remember, he looks like a duck. And then you're going to put a line up here. That's going to show you where his eyes will go. And then we're going to draw this kind of other sort of ovalish shape. This is going to be the he's wearing a jester-like costume. And I'm not sure what this is. This is the edge of it. Then for his body, you can just maybe put something like a simple square or a circle or something. And then right at the bottom, you're going to draw this upside down half of a heart shape. This is where his legs will be. Then we draw some sticks for his legs. We got to indicate his feet. And then you don't have to, we just draw these little sticks for his arms. Nothing too specific, just sticks to indicate them. And then right at the top of both ends, we draw these triangle shapes. These are going to be like the pigtails of a jester. Are they called pigtails? Not really sure. Well, either way, then we got to put the center line so that we know where the middle of his head will be. And then, before we get to his eyes, we're going to draw his bill. So you're going to create this upside down kind of, drawing this kind of upside down V shape here, and then there's a long end up here. You're going to bring that down with a curve. Then you're going to put this upper part of the bridge of his beak or bill. Then here's the upper lip. Then you're going to draw this big curve here. This is going to indicate his smile. And then he's showing his teeth, so we'll draw this line. Then we draw another curve at the bottom. So we'll draw those. Then we draw 4 or 5 teeth. And they go like this. And then we draw the lower lip and the bottom end of the bill. All right, and then we draw the eyes. This eye is going to be a little bigger, smaller, and this eye is going to be bigger, and it's going to be shaped a little bit like this. And then we got to put the eyelids at the top. Draw that end. Do the other eyelid here. And then we got to draw kind of an eyebrow that's thick and shaped like this. And then right inside them, we draw his pupils. And don't forget to put a little white spot on the inside. Those are the highlights. And this isn't an eyebrow. That's a lid. Then you're going to draw 2 crescent moon shapes. These are the eyebrows. Then we got to draw his jester pigtails or whatever they are. So you draw this big curve like that. And then right here, we draw a curve right here. Then right here, you're going to draw a little fold. We need to get this other half of his right pigtail, and then it's thin at the bottom here, and then it gets thick at the top. And then right here, you draw kind of an backwards S shape, followed by another one where it gets thick to thin, just like the other one. And like I always say, draw lightly at first, but when you get the lines you like, you beef them up. And then you're going to draw these oval shapes on both ends of these pigtails. And then you're going to draw these circles with these squares at the bottom. And repeat the same process on the other one. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to draw the rest of his body. Down here's like his neck area, so you can fill that in. And then right up here, you're going to beef up that neck piece that jesters wear. So we're going to beef up that edge part. And then we are going to then draw this curvy, swirly pattern. So you got that. And then we're going to draw his arm. So it's basically like a curve up here. Draw the sleeve. And then we gotta draw his hand. His hand is kind of like Mickey and Gang's hands. It's like a white glove with 3 fingers and a thumb. So we'll draw one thumb here. This is the palm. Here's one finger. Here's the glove. Then you draw the lines in the middle. Here's the rest of the sleeve. Draw the rest of his arm. And then right here, we need to draw his body. And then you can draw, he's not showing his other arm or hand. So his arm's just like behind his back. So you'll just draw this curve that connects all the way right here like this. So we got that. And now before we get to the rest of his body, we need to draw his belt that goes like this. There's no other detail on the belt. And then we are going to give him his weird, whatever kind of pants these are. They're kind of like that heart shape we put. So you'll draw 2 of these kind of curves on both sides. Make sure you draw that line right there so that it indicates a fold. Then you're going to draw a fold there. All right, so we got that. Now we're going to throw in his legs. So you'll draw he's got these legs here. So these are his legs. And then right here, there's then you gotta draw his feet. They're kind of like slippers. They're not anything really thick or anything. And then draw this square and triangles for the sleeve of his shoe. You're gonna draw these feet here. And then right at the end, you're gonna draw this kind of backwards C. And then now we get in the other foot. And then we draw these square shapes we've been putting. And then we draw those 2 curves here. Then you got to draw these points. Then the curve at the bottom. And then, before we end this, we could also put in these, he has these spots on one sleeve, like polka dots. So you draw circles, half and whole. And this one, he's got like stripes, so we'll indicate those. And there you go. That is Quackerjack. I hope you all had fun. Please make sure to like, subscribe for more, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.